Okay, welcome to the class of engineering geology. Okay, and in the last lecture, we have studied all about the introductory part of engineering geology, or we can say geology aspect, which all we were concerned in civil engineering. Okay, so now in that same regard, we'll be studying some more topics. Okay, those topics will be now advancing towards the core topics which we have to study in civil engineering. Okay, those topics include the very first thing is rocks and minerals. Since in geology you will be itself dealing with as a civil engineering, mostly you'll be dealing with what? Rocks and minerals. If you say soil, soil is obviously composed of what? It is made up of rocks itself. Okay. So soil is basically degradation of rocks, that constitutes the soil. So anyhow you have to study the minerals and rocks itself. Okay. Yeah, so in this regard, we'll be now, watching a certain thing. This is the first look that you should be having on minerals. Okay. So what do you see after, watching this particular image regarding minerals? Do we obtain minerals like this only? How many of you have seen any of these minerals, or you can say any of these components? Anybody?
So,
Okay. All of you have seen rocks. Anyhow, you have seen rocks, right?
yes, sir.
So maybe you might not be in a position to identify whether it is a mineral or not. Okay, so that is the thing that you should be able to differentiate between rocks and minerals both. Okay. So how you will be able to differentiate between both? Like this. Okay. Now these minerals, they all have certain characteristics. Okay. Any substance or any body, it is recognized by their characteristics itself. So similarly, minerals also, they have their own characteristics. Now, in order to understand mineral characteristics, there are several characteristics, but you will be considering the five major characteristics. So, in order to memorize this, you can remember the statement. Now I can define minerals. Okay. Always remember this statement. Now I can define minerals. So, initials of the first four words and the last letter of the last word, that is minerals. Okay. So, what is this? NICDS. So you can create your own abbreviation with the help of this NICDS. Okay, what does this NICDS stands for then? N stands for natural, I stands for inorganic, C stands for crystalline, D represents definite chemical composition, and S refers to solid. So basically, these are the five major characteristics which through with the help of which you will be able to identify any mineral. Okay, that means कोई भी मिनरल होगा तो उसमें ये पांच कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होनी चाहिए. और इन अदर वर्ड्स वाइस वर्सा यू कैन कंसिडर कि any material or rock like material if you'll be obtaining, if you have to classify whether it is a mineral or not, you have to identify it. How will you identify? You look for these five characteristics. अगर ये पांच कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स उसमें है, that means that is a mineral. And how to memorize these five characteristics? Remember the statement, now I can define mineral. Okay. Now, what are these five requirements which will be, designating a certain mineral? These five requirements are again the same thing, NICDS, or you can shuffle the initials as well. So first is N, that is naturally occurring substance. Okay. So all these minerals, see, have you ever heard about a mineral which is man-made? No. Why? Because all the minerals, they are naturally occurring in nature. So all those substances which occurs naturally, they might be minerals depending upon the other characteristics. Okay, so very first characteristic we'll be looking for is naturally occurring substances. Okay, here's an example. For example, steel. Steel is not a mineral. Okay, but it is an alloy produced by man-made alloy. Okay, but the ores of iron and steel. The ores of iron. What is an iron ore? Hematite. Okay, hematite is what? Hematite is a mineral. So the steel is a product obtained from, you can say, mineral, but it is not a mineral itself. Now steel is manufactured by humans, but at the same time hematite is not manufactured by students. It is a naturally occurring substance. Okay, so in that way these things work. Okay, so very first characteristics we'll be looking for is naturally occurring substance. The second one is the for the substance to be a mineral, it should be inorganic in nature. That means, what does this mean? That means there should be no organic content present in that. Okay, there cannot be any living content, plant related content, or any microorganisms in that. Okay, it should not contain nitrogen and this thing carbon in that. It can contain nitrogen and carbon, but it should not contain microorganisms. Pardon me, it should not contain microorganisms in that. Okay, so for example, wood and pearls, they are made by microorganisms. They are naturally occurring. Wood and pearls are what? They are naturally occurring, but they are not inorganic in nature. They are organic in nature.
Yes.
Therefore, yes, you have a doubt? Okay. So therefore, they are inorganic in nature. That means the second characteristic is it should be inorganic in nature. Then the third characteristic is it should be a solid. No mineral which is obtained is is liquid, or you can say gaseous in state. Okay, it should be under high temperature and pressure, or even standard temperature and pressure. It should be in a solid state. Okay, then the D stands for definite chemical composition. Okay, that means all the minerals, or you can say all the elements of the minerals which have definite chemical composition within the specific limited range. That means, for example, you can consider the rock salt. Okay, the mineral for rock salt is halite. Over here you can see an image. Okay, so this is an image of halite, which is what? Which is rock salt. So rock salt is basically made up of what? Of sodium chloride itself. Okay, जब नमक तुम लोग use करते हो, that is sodium chloride. Okay, so this rock salt, or you can say halite, that is a mineral. Why? Because it is having, it's the third characteristic also, it is naturally occurring. Then it has a definite chemical composition. It is inorganic in nature, and the other characteristics are also satisfied. Okay, so almost every mineral will be having a definite chemical composition throughout. Okay, may it be hematite, may it be ferrite, may it be any other quartz or any other material or mineral. Okay, but all the minerals will be having definite chemical composition. Okay, then the C stands for crystalline structure. That means apart from having a definite chemical composition, it will be having a crystalline structure. Now this crystalline structure, it may be large crystals, it may be small crystals, but definitely it will be having a crystalline structure. Okay, how it will be having? Why it will be having this crystalline structure? Because of ordered internal structure. Okay, जो chemistry में तुम लोगों ने packing density and all ये सारे topics पढ़े थे किसमें? Physical chemistry में. Okay, so that is the basics for this ordered internal structure. Okay, that constitutes the composition of any material. How many of you remember packing density? Chemistry में पढ़ा था ना 12th में, maybe BTech first year में भी revise किया होगा a little bit of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is your basic root cause of what? Of this thing, the throughout chemical composition of the internal structure of a material. ठीक, so packing density अगर ज़्यादा है तो क्या होगा? What would be the nature of the material? अगर किसी भी मटेरियल की पैकिंग डेंसिटी ज्यादा है तो व्हाट विल बी द नेचर ऑफ द मटेरियल? कंपैरेटिवली स्ट्रेंथ क्या होगी? ज्यादा होगी. ब्रिटलनेस, अबाउट ब्रिटलनेस. Yes, go ahead. Aram, you were saying something.
Also,
Okay. Okay. So basically, this ordered internal structure creates what? Creates a crystalline structure. Okay. So apart from these were the characteristics of minerals. Okay. Now, if you have to identify within the minerals, okay, these were the characteristics. अब तक जो पढ़ा वो था characteristics of minerals. कि अगर वो सारे characteristics हैं किसी भी material में, then it should be termed as a mineral itself. You can call it as a mineral. But within the mineral, there are n number of minerals occurring naturally, on our Earth. But in order to classify or in order to identify that which mineral, whatever you are considering, कौन सा mineral है, you have to adopt or you have to identify certain properties. Okay. For example, different human beings. Okay. Between different human, how do you classify between different human beings? You look for the characteristics. Okay, not characteristics, you look for the physical features. There are certain properties like short hair, long hair. Okay, then you look for nose, you look for eyes. Okay, so how you look for height of a person. Okay, you look for weight of the person, whether a person is bulky, a bit bulky, or a thin person. In the similar way, what you will do in order to classify or identify the minerals also, you will be considering certain properties. So there are 6 major properties which you have to look for while identifying the minerals. What are these 6 properties? Color, streak, hardness, cleavage, fracture, and luster. Okay, so the very first, one by one we'll be discussing. The very first property which is there is the color. Okay, so being the first physical property, this color gives you the very first impression. Okay, this color gives you what? It gives you very first impression. Like even if there are materials, for different materials, how do you classify which material is, uh, yeah, for example, let's say between sand and cement, how do you classify the color? The very first impression is the color. Why don't you call the cement as sand and sand as cement? You don't get confused between both. Why? Because of the color itself. Similarly, in kitchen also, some eatable items you'll not be uh, within the same granular structure, you'll be able to identify both of them. Why? The very first impression is of color itself. Okay, so uh, even in minerals also, the color is there, which gives you the first impression. Okay, now this color, uh, it is actually determined by what? By the chemical composition of the mineral. So whatever different chemical composition of the mineral will impart different colors to the mineral. Now this color is not very reliable in terms of identifying the mineral. Why? Because there are many minerals which would be having certain resemblance in the chemical composition, और chemical composition almost more or less same होगा या थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे होगा, तो क्या होगा? Color भी जो impart होगा वो almost same ही होगा. For example, transparent minerals. There are so many transparent minerals. There are rocks like feldspar and quartz. These are available in transparent rocks also. So people might be having a confusion कि it can be a diamond also. Okay, so the same thing is there. Similarly, the yellowish color rocks are there, red color rocks. See, even your iron ore is red in nature, then you'll be finding red sandstone also. Then there are certain other minerals also, hematite. Okay, hematite is red, imparts a red color. Okay, so my point is, within the same similar color range, there are n number of minerals also. So you cannot rely only on color itself. Okay, then this color is also determined by the atomic structure of mineral. For example, like white minerals, they will be reflecting all the components of white light. Then black minerals, they will be absorbing the components of the white light. Okay, so there are certain examples like minerals of which are rich in aluminium, calcium, okay, sodium, magnesium. All these minerals will be light in color. Okay, light in color means the color texture of the color will be light in nature. Then at the same time, minerals which are rich in substances like iron, nickel, chromium, okay, and then copper, cobalt, okay, all these minerals, the second one, they will be having a dark color in nature. So you understand the difference between both. The very first impression is given by what? By color itself. Then how color is designated? With the help of what? With the help of the chemical composition. What imparts color to the mineral? The chemical composition imparts. Okay. Yeah. See this image. This image is visible to all, no? Everybody can see the image.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an image depicting various colors of what? Of quartz itself. Now quartz is a mineral. It can be transparent also. It can be white also. It can be pink, brown, purple, yellow. Depending upon different chemical composition, it can be it is available in many colors. Okay, so now if you, I'll give you all these samples and you're having no idea about how quartz look like, and I just tell you that you are having any one idea कि हाँ भाई quartz transparent होता है, so what you will do, you'll identify this particular one image कि हाँ sir ये quartz है, and बाकी images के लिए you'll say sir we don't know what is this, but the fact is that all of these are quartz itself. Okay, like this is an image of purple amethyst also, so this is also a quartz. So my point is कि एक ही mineral में there are several colors available. So how to identify? You cannot go with the basic color itself. तो color के basis पे हम preliminary investigation कर सकते हैं, लेकिन overall investigation नहीं. Okay. See another example, fluoride. If you talk about fluoride from ranging from clear structure to blue, green, and purple shade, it is available in all the shades: blue, bluish, violet, green. Okay, in that particular segment, and it can be transparent or clear crystal as well. So this is again fluoride. Okay, then see over here, there's a clear depiction of color variation in fluoride itself. अब इन 6 images में से if you are classifying fluoride on the basis of identifying fluoride on the basis of just color itself, then you will be obviously failing to identify. Okay, now here अभी तक जो example देखे थे तुमने वो था same mineral, yeah, within a particular mineral there were different colors available. Now the thing is, this particular image shows the different thing, contradictory thing, that is the same color could be available in different materials itself. Okay, for example, over here fluorite is also available in gray or whitish color, then quartz is also available in the same color, then may it be calcite, may it be gypsum or feldspar, all are available in the almost more or less same texture and same color. Okay, so this is one thing I hope you have understood, that color alone cannot identify a mineral. Okay, so second there is the second property which we study, that is shriek. Always remember all these properties. We'll be having a this thing practical also in lab based on all these properties. So I'll be providing you over there in the laboratory, I'll be providing you minerals, different minerals without any names and everything. And over there, what you have to do, you have to identify, look for all the properties, and based on those properties, you have to identify and classify that what are those minerals. Okay, so this will be an exercise for you. Okay, so when we talk about second physical property, that is streak. Streak is basically what? The true color of a mineral. Now, how do you obtain this true color of the mineral? That means just imagine like this कि color of a powdered mineral, उसी mineral को जो तुम direct visual identification करके जो color देखते हो, that is different. But when that mineral is converted into powdered form, और उसके बाद तुम अगर उसका color check करोगे, तो the color is quite different. Okay, so minerals, now in order to how do you identify the streak, कैसे find out करोगे कि what is the streak of this color? This is simply done. There is a very simple process. You take the mineral, you take a porcelain tile, okay, and on that porcelain tile you have to scratch that porcelain tile. Now why this porcelain tile itself? Because of the hardness value. We'll be studying hardness further, but as of now just understand this fact that porcelain tile is comparatively harder than all the minerals. Then what we do, we scratch the tile with the mineral. तो जब हम scratch करेंगे, it will do what? It will leave some material on that and the streak will appear. एक line उस पे क्या होगी, draw कर दोगे तुम, या हो जाएगी अपने आप, ठीक है? And that line will basically it is what? It is degrading the material. तो जो material abrasion की वजह से उस पे आ जा रहा है mineral का, that will create it is quite similar to the powdered form of mineral. Okay, that is the powder of the mineral which is being over there. So porcelain tile is basically white in color. उसके ऊपर तुम जैसे ये mineral scratch करोगे, तो you will be able to identify the streak. तो जो भी color उस streak का होगा, that will be the true color of a mineral. So based on that, you can identify which type of mineral is that. But here there is a limitation कि कोई भी mineral जिसकी hardness value 7 से ज़्यादा है, ठीक है, you cannot go for the streak test for that mineral. Why? Because porcelain tile can handle up to that particular thing. उसके ऊपर अगर तुम कोई भी मिनरल लोगे कंसिडर करोगे और जो कि 7 से ज्यादा हार्डनेस वैल्यू होगा, तो क्या होगा, इट विल नॉट प्रोड्यूस एनी स्ट्रीक ऑन दैट, उसके ऊपर जो लाइन बन रही है वो बनेगी नहीं, जब लाइन नहीं बनेगी तो यू वोंट बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई। Okay, again here in this image you can see, इस इमेज में देखो, there is, which is this mineral, this is a hematite. Hematite is what? It is ore of an iron ore. Hematite क्या? Iron ore. So over here you can see what? ये porcelain tile पे तुम्हारा streak तुम develop कर रहे हो. The color of the streak is, what is the color of the streak? It is reddish in nature. Okay, so this can be obtained by further rubbing of this mineral on this. Okay, so like this you have to go for the testing of streak. See over here, certain metallic ore minerals are considered and different streak obtained from them, they are presented. Okay, so you can see very clearly pyrite. Okay, pyrite produces a grayish black color streak. Then hematite, it obviously produces a red color streak. Then orpiment produces a peach color streak. Then sphalerite, it produces a vintage brown color streak. The sulfur, if you scratch sulfur on a porcelain tile, it will be obviously giving you yellow streak. Graphite stands for this gray streak. The blue streak represents what? Azurite, and a greenish streak will be representing malachite. Okay, then comes the third physical property of minerals, that is, which is what? Which is hardness. Okay, so hardness is this hardness is basically resistance to what? Resistance to abrasion. Okay, now a mineral's resistance to being scratched is basically mineral's hardness. Okay, hardness क्या होता है? What is hardness? Any resistance to abrasive forces is known as hardness. Okay, so उसके basis पे, that is a physical definition or you can say technical definition of hardness. But over here in minerals के केस में हम क्या करेंगे? The ability or the resistance to being scratched will be hardness of the mineral. कैसे निकालते हैं हम लोग? This is calculated on Mohs scale, Mohs hardness scale, which ranges from 1 to 10. Okay. Now this hardness, this basically depends on how tightly packed the atoms of a minerals are. Okay. So depending upon this, you will be having an idea how hard the mineral will be. Okay. So here is the Mohs hardness scale. It ranges from 1 to 10, with 10 towards 10 being the hardest side and 1 being the softest scale. Okay. तो अगर किसी भी मिनरल का Mohs स्केल क्या है, और Mohs स्केल पे वैल्यू अगर 1 की टुवर्ड्स 1 है, जितनी कम वैल्यू होगी उतना ही मिनरल क्या होगा? सॉफ्ट, और जितनी हार्ड वैल्यू होगी उतना ही क्या होगा? मिनरल हार्ड होगा. दैट मीन्स हियर आर द एग्जांपल. अगर टैल्कम पाउडर की वैल्यू कंसीडर करोगे, इट इज 1. जिप्सम जिससे सीमेंट बनता है तुम्हारा, इट इज 2. Then calcite, which is used in toothpaste and all, it is 3. Similarly, and so on. And the hardest material which we have is diamond, which is having a hardness, Mohs hardness value of 10. Okay. Now, what we studied was earlier key streak. See, if we talk about streak, 7 and above, जो भी values है, okay, that means quartz, topaz, corundum, and diamond. ये सारे जितने minerals हैं तुम्हारे, you cannot go for streak test in these minerals. Okay, but 7 से कम जितने भी है, right from starting from talcum to potassium feldspar. Okay, over here up till here you can go for the testing of what? The streak. Okay, I hope it is clear. Any doubt in this?
Also.
Yes, any doubt up till here? Okay.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so here's an image again. This image is of two different materials. The first one shows the mineral which is used to produce what? The talcum powder which we use at home. And the second one is obviously the diamond. Now, how this Mohs scale is evolved? Mohs scale हमने बनाया कैसे? It was devised by measuring the amount of noise and powder produced from the rubbing of a mineral on a metal file. Okay, एक filer तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा. See, in first year, I don't know whether you have seen it in workshop or not, but it is a very normal tool. ठीक है, फाइलर का हम लोग यूज किस लिए करते हैं? व्हाई फाइलिंग और फाइलर इज यूज्ड? एट टाइम्स इट इज यूज्ड टू शार्पन द ऑब्जेक्ट। ठीक, जो तुम लोग सीजर्स और जितने तुम्हारे नाइफ्स होते हैं इनको शार्पनिंग इनकी करते हो, तो कैसे कैसे होती है इनकी शार्पनिंग? फाइलर यूज करके। देन कहीं पे एक्सटेंडेड पोर्शन है तुमको ट्रिम करना है, ठीक, कहीं पे फॉर एग्जांपल जो घरों में कंस्ट्रक्शन कर रहे हो तुम, या स्टील के, या कोई भी गर्डर, या कोई भी तुम्हारा स्टील फ्रेम है, ठीक, जो तुम्हारे घर पे गेट्स बनते हैं, डोर्स एंड विंडोज के जो फ्रेम्स बनते हैं, ठीक, वहां पे there are many times you have used this filer in order to shape also it is used at time. Okay, I hope you can understand what I'm referring to. So that on filer, what we did was we, you know, uh, by rubbing that mineral on a metal file, we devised these Morse case. Okay, and how we devised it? Based on the amount of noise and powder produced. Okay, so here are some other minerals. Okay, where it can be shown. See, Morse scale again. The 10 stands for 10 Morse scale is for diamond. This is being the hardest substance. Then topaz also, it is a very hard mineral, which is having a hardness value of 8. And declining towards talc. See, here there is an image of this is fluoride, this is calcite, this is gypsum. Okay, and over here this is image of talcum or talc. Talcum is basically the manufactured product, and talc is the mineral which we consider for manufacturing. Okay, now yeah, depending upon that hardness also, everyday objects can also be substituted for minerals on most scales. For example, a steel nail, it is having a hardness of 5.5 to 6. A fingernail has a hardness of 2.5. The window glass has a hardness of this thing 5.0, and a copper coin, it goes for the hardness value on Mohs scale of 3. Okay, so how these are helpful? These are basically substitutes. Okay, how these are helpful in field? If you don't have any filer or anything available with you, you just have to carry out a preliminary investigation. So what you can do, you can try to scratch the mineral specimen with the help of your nail itself, or the commonly available materials in the earlier slide. See, these are very commonly available materials. You might be having a copper coin, you might be having a steel nail at site. Okay, then fingernail also you can have. So in case if you want to go for a very rough investigation and preliminary investigation or a broad classification, what you can do, you can use any of these substances. Okay, like for example, a mineral, if it is not scratched by your fingernail, but it is scratched by a copper coin. So what does it conclude? इसका मतलब ये है कि it will have a hardness value of 2.5 to 3. ठीक, सिमिलरली अगर कोई मिनरल को हम लोग स्टील नेल से, किसी नेल से स्क्रैच नहीं कर पाते, so that means it is obviously having a value over 6.0 on a Mohs scale. Okay, और अगर फिंगर नेल से ही स्क्रैच हो गया कोई भी मिनरल, तो उसका क्या मतलब है? इट विल बी डेफिनेटली हैविंग अ हार्डनेस विच इज लेसर देन व्हाट, देन 2.5. व्हाई 2.5? बिकॉज फिंगर नेल का जो हार्डनेस वैल्यू है दैट इज 2.5. Okay, so this mineral hardness, it again depends upon certain factors like smaller the atoms, greater the hardness will be there. Okay, this is basically again referring to the physical chemistry. Okay, packing density जितनी जितनी ज्यादा होगी उतना क्या होगा, highly packed atoms होंगे तो उतनी hardness ज्यादा होगी. ठीक, then minerals with large ions, they will be having higher greater hardness, or you can say. Then atomic structure and bond type also control the hardness. Covalent bonds are generally stronger than ionic ones. सबको पता है. ठीक, so all these things, they contribute to the hardness itself, and you can study on the basis of this, that how the hardness is affected by all these chemical or physical properties. Then the next one is cleavage. Cleavage means to split. Okay, now whenever you'll be studying any kind of rocks or minerals, there will be see, we have studied that it is having a crystalline structure. So obviously अगर crystalline structure है तो क्या होगा, whenever you will try to split it out, या फिर अपने आप अगर disintegration होगा, तो disintegration will happen. How it will happen? It will happen forming certain cleavage. Okay? Now depending upon the the same atomic structure, or you can say composition of the mineral, the splitting will take place. Okay, so based on these types of splitting which takes place, we have classified all these minerals. Okay, so there are this cleavage or split will take place. The very first cases, see over here, this is a very beautiful representation of the this property. Okay, so in the first row, the raw images of the this mineral available is shown. Then in second particular diagram, you can see one modified images of these minerals are shown. Okay, so these modified images will help you to understand how the composition of these minerals or the splitting of these minerals will take place. तीसरी जो row है, third row, over there is a planar diagram, a 3D planar diagram shown. Okay, it is visible to everyone, na? Clearly. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so over here you can very easily observe what जो तीसरा planar diagram है, one by one observe करेंगे. See, for example, the very first row, पहले row में consider करो, the first image is of a raw raw mineral. Second image में क्या हो रहा है? This image stands for, नीचे लिखा हुआ है cleavage in one direction. ठीक है, the example is of muscovite. ठीक, this muscovite is having cleavage in one direction. That means अगर तुम splitting देखोगे, ठीक सेकंड डायग्राम पे आ जाओ, ये जो स्प्लिटिंग हो रही है ये किस डायरेक्शन में हो रही है? जो कॉम्पोजिशन है, ठीक है, कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ मिनरल कैसा है? इट इज प्लानर. दैट मींस सैंडविचिंग हो रखी है एक प्लेन के ऊपर दूसरा प्लेन, बट द सैंडविचिंग इज इन वन डायरेक्शन ओनली. ठीक, दूसरे डायरेक्शन में नहीं हो रही है. तो अगर इसमें स्प्लिटिंग होगी तो किस तरीके से होगा? द लास्ट डायग्राम, रेफर टू द लास्ट डायग्राम, दैट इज ओनली सिंगल प्लेन इज देयर. Okay, now come to the second example, that is cleavage in two direction. अब इसमें difference देखो, first वाले में there was just in one direction the cleavage was occurring. In second example, अगर तुम second example की second image देखोगे, that is the modified image of mineral, so what you will see, यहाँ पे तुम्हें दिखेगा कि this thing, yeah, the splitting is taking place in two direction. ठीक, कैसे two direction? One is this particular direction, the longitudinal. The second one is the lateral direction. दोनों direction में splitting हो रही है. ठीक है. So this is why this is there, due to different chemical composition. Okay. So third one और अच्छे से explain करने के लिए जो तीसरा diagram है उसमें देखो the planar structure. ठीक है. 3D planar is shown over here. इसमें पता चल रहा है कि दो planes, there are intersection of two planes which is perpendicular in nature. ठीक, फिर यही जो स्प्लिटिंग है, इट कैन हैपन एट अ एंगल आल्सो. अगर एंगल पे हो रही है तो दैट मींस व्हाट, जो कंपोजिशन है, ठीक, कंपोजिशन ऑफ मिनरल इज इन, ये जो प्लानर डायग्राम देख रहे हो इसमें क्या है? द इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ द प्लेन्स इज टेकिंग प्लेस एट अ सर्टेन एंगल. ठीक है, एक पर्टिकुलर एंगल पे ले रहा. तो दिस इंटरसेक्शन डिफाइंस व्हाट, द कंपोजिशन ऑफ द मिनरल, एंड द कंपोजिशन ऑफ द मिनरल विल डेफिनेटली अफेक्ट द splitting, and that splitting is known as what? The cleavage formation. ठीक है. The last one is a very beautiful example of calcite, अगर दिख रहा हो तुम लोगों को. Okay, so the first this thing, the last row of the सबसे last row में last example, the cleavage is taking place in two direction, but what is the difference? It is taking place at a particular angle. Then there is parallel or basal cleavage. See over here, what is the variation? The cleavage which is taking place or the splitting is parallel in nature. Okay, like here in the first diagram also in mica, and the right also it is taking place in the same way. Okay, see over here, ये जो तुम्हें splitting दिख रही है, these are parallel in nature. Okay, then minerals showing two sets of cleavage plane. Over here in augite and feldspar, you can see the planes are intersecting. See over here in first diagram, जो planes है वो intersect कर रहे हैं कितने पे? 90 degrees पे. The perpendicular intersection is taking place. So splitting जो होगी वो क्या होगा? That will also happen in two sets of planes. ठीक? How it will happen? Why it will happen in two sets of planes? Because जो composition initial composition है mineral का, ठीक है, वो जो स्ट्रक्चर है, इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर इसी तरीके से कैसे दो प्लेन्स इंटरसेक्ट कर रहे हैं 90 डिग्रीज पे। तो जब स्प्लिटिंग होगी तो ऑब्वियस बात है उसी इसमें होगी केस में, ठीक है। See the last one, this is an example of cubic cleavage. Okay, this is produced by the intersection of more than two, that is three planes. तो अगर इसमें तुम डीपली ऑब्जर्व करोगे, see first one is a transparent diagram, इसमें ज्यादा क्लियर विजिबल नहीं है हाईलाइट में, लेकिन in case of calcite you can see over here it's quite evident कि there are three planes which are intersecting at 90 degrees. Okay, so therefore splitting will be taking place in the same way. So why it is termed as cubic? Because three planes are intersecting at 90 degrees and the splitting will also take place in the same way itself. There is this one more, that is octahedral cleavage. Okay, in some rocks or minerals you might have seen this pattern very commonly. Why? Because it creates a very beautiful effect whenever it splits up. So basically ये जो splitting effect है इसको तुम सबसे best observe कर सकते हो whenever you will be breaking the mineral. कोई भी मिनरल को जैसे ही तुम तोड़ के देखोगे तो ये स्प्लिटिंग इफेक्ट आएगा उसका, ठीक है। तोड़ने का मतलब इट डजंट मीन कि यू हैव टू क्रश इट एंटायरली, बट ये अगर नॉर्मल हिटिंग करके तुम उसे ब्रेक करोगे, यू ट्राई टू ब्रेक इट, यू विल बी ऑब्जर्विंग ऑल दीज क्लीवेज स्ट्रक्चर्स वेरी इजीली, ठीक है। Okay, thank you very much. Is there any doubt regarding in this particular session?